Hello, unstable creature here. Oh, let me hurry up and try to make this video really quick because um, my younger ones, they're out and about, ready to rumble, mumble, and all that other good shit that follows with it. So let me hurry up. I just got through watching a video by Cole Adams, and he titled it "The Failure of Jon Gruden and the Oakland Raiders," which I think that he should really just drop off the rest. Just say the failure of Jon Gruden because it goes into his history of all of whatever, and only snippets. You name a couple, people out of the lineup, something that he switched or whatever. But the main thing, I know I wasn't gonna like the video because he already started the whole video off just talking about Jon Gruden, and I ain't feeling him. I don't care. He was there before, after, but it did ring a big ass bell, and me and my antennas straight went up, and it was like, okay, now seeing that him and which ain't a mystery, him and Al Davis had his history or whatever, and I guess it was over the money and paying or whatever the case may be. It just makes me smile because it just shows just to pay attention to a character, because anything can be written down, anything can be said, but pay attention to a person. It speaks louder than words. I'm just saying, because with this situation, and then just knowing that if you had issues or any type of issues and behind money with Al Davis, if he didn't want to pay you, whoop de whoop de whoop. Now to see what I've been saying with the lead and Mark and all of this shit, as you can see, even through his history, that not to say it like that, and please forgive my words, but Jon Gruden ain't shit, and then he ain't shit, and then you go do research and show he ain't shit, and to drop that on the Raiders, it shows what Mark is doing. The league is shitting on you. They're telling you, okay, take my headache, and you gotta pay him what your daddy wouldn't pay him all that time. That's why we've been stuck with his ass all this time. So you go ahead and pay him what he been asking for, and let him do what the fuck he say he's gonna do with your line, your this, your that, and your that. Even if it is fucking chop it and suck it and all of that shit. And that's what it's becoming, because I just don't get how in certain situations it's like, how, well, forget certain situations, that's over and done with. I don't even want to keep on going back to the switch and all that other stuff, but just to see the proof behind it, it's like, okay, Mark, you trying to undo what your dad did. So now, because you're trying to undo what your dad did, the league throw you Jon Gruden, plus you pay that man all that money for his fucked up just, that's history, I guess. That's for the history books right there, what the fuck he doing. But yeah, that, and it just like proof in the pudding, and just shows like that it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't pay to keep on going this way. Maybe it's a reason why your daddy was like, fuck it, and he was disliked or got into it with so many people, because you gotta think, like, okay, we all in it to win it, you know what I mean? You may, want me to give up, just like now you giving up your certified bona fide players for some maybe babies, okay? And we just don't know. I mean, it's just like you just playing with everybody's emotions and shit like that. We gotta get over this shit. Like, I mean, not we. I'm gonna eventually get over it, but but this is the real shit. I mean, because it's like, me watching the games, it don't take a lot out of me, but to watch these games and to know that all this shit is going about, and then to see them, like, it kind of got that old feeling for them to really be starting up out the gate, like boom boom boom, like we finna take it, and then they kind of fall off like third and fourth. I don't like that shit, because I could just be playing on everybody's emotion, making it like that's the usual shit. But no, if you got, you picking up any different players, something should be going different, something should be going the way you want, but no, it isn't. So just don't see it. And then you got this then you got this deal with this nigga that you ain't gonna trade him, you ain't gonna do shit, he's there to stay. Is the league not fucking you? Is the league not telling you, yeah, you can give up everything that you want, do all that we ask, but we still don't respect what the fuck you standing on, regardless if you try to switch it, change it up, do it how you want. It's just not gonna go that way. It's kind of fucking, that's sad. That's why you should just keep keep your hard hat on, wear your fucking steel toes, and get ready to walk through this mud. Because even if you are giving up the ass, they're not gonna let you stand up and act like a man after that. You just gave up your ass. You just gave up a whole lot of ass. So no, they're not gonna get up and be like, okay, my brother. No, they're gonna smack you on your ass and be like, bitch, get over there, or bitch, get out my way. It's like that. Like, you tripping. You stand for nothing. Not for real. Not for real, but that is a hot damn mess. Is he into football? Maybe I should start doing my research on a lot of this shit. Like, but sometimes I like to just cut through the bullshit. Like, they can tell you anything, but it can go another fucking way. And I've said it before, just the relationship between Mark and his dad is like, that's something to really, really look into, because if they were never on the same page, what makes you think that this man is gonna, want to walk in the same path as his dad? And it doesn't mean that his dad was leading him some way, but you can see in the league when somebody's trying to fuck you, and it's okay, you see why a person is, kept down. And that's just what it is. We still be getting fucked over points and shit like that. Could we do anything? We can't do nothing but keep our head high and keep on moving forward. And that's it. That's what... See, I hate saying that because that's what they be expecting us to do. Like, now, we're going to keep on fucking and doing what the fucking... Keep your head high and keep moving forward. But something got to change. You got to get that little nasty-ass attitude out your way, because... without the fans and everything else that build you, the team, and everything else up there, I mean, at least respect us. At least respect, our mind, body, and soul. Because I feel like I'm taken advantage of. That's kind of fucked up. Because if you're a Raider fan, or you with a team that's supposed to be like faithful, you supposed to be like this ride or die type of shit, and it ain't no switching up and none of that. So to see that and to know that you over here, that's almost like, you got this motherfucker over here, like he's taking advantage of you, just cheating and doing all that shit, right? Because you just believe you gonna stay or just be there. That's fucked up. Well, a lot of times in that situation, that shit don't last long. Hopefully this shit don't last long. But it looked like it's in the works for a very long time, because Jon Gruden contract, they're moving to Vegas. Mark just over the Raiders, period. That was everything. I just knew. I wish I should have started making this channel way before, so I can show y'all the difference between then and now, what I've been talking about and how it's been there. That's the reason why I even started to get with it now. And another thing before I forget, yeah, soon I will be making my own highlights of probably all the games, or just, I'll probably start with the weeks coming, if they have something. Well, I'm gonna make sure they're gonna have something, especially if I'm gonna make it. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure they're gonna have something with the weeks coming, and I'm gonna go back on a couple weeks and do a highlight of doing my choice, my everything, because I look at a lot of highlights and it would say highlights of the Raiders, but then you'll have like 2 or 3 highlights of the Raiders and it'd be a whole nother team or somebody else highlights. No, my highlights are strictly of glorifying the Raiders. I don't even care if it's in a game of loss. That's what happens anyway. They got some highlight times in the or whatever. So that's what I'm finna start doing, because when I look at highlights, just like a lot of these games I watch, I come across certain players and different skills on different teams due to them going up against the Raiders, or due to me watching these shows and they may venture into talking about another team and whatever. But a lot of times I would close my ear to that. I ain't never into looking or being into somebody else's skills. I'm looking into better minds, per se, when I'm with the Raiders. So that's what I'm with. So that's what I be looking to get all that into in control before trying to look at something else or do something with something else. No, you gotta handle what's on your plate at that time. Fuck all that other shit. Because it's a lot of times we don't even have to be moved. We don't even have to be touched with some of the players that we have. It's just about bringing the skills out and everybody connecting on one. But yeah, I'm gonna get my highlights together, and my highlights is gonna be on point. It's gonna be on point because I'm gonna make sure that these highlights is gonna be like boop, nothing but the Raiders. It's gonna shine. When I watch highlights and it's nothing but the Raiders, like I be smiling at that shit because I be like, okay. Oh, and shout out to Cooks because I just, not that I like little roughness or whatever, but when I be seeing the Raiders and they be trying to dick y'all, dick them out of they, coins and everything else, I do like to see a little roughness go on the field. It's like when Cook was like, "Oh, you little motherfucker," the other one on the side, he was like, "Oh, you little motherfucker too." I gotta get excited. It'd be like, oh, it's all tingly and stuff, for real. But yeah, that's cute to watch. The violence. Because I'll be on the side like, fuck him up. I'm with you. That's why I'm scared to go to a game. Not like that. But it is like, woo, I know this little mouth. I'm like a firecracker. No, let me rephrase that. I do like coming out the box. I'm like a surprise when it comes to fighting or even seeing me, viewing me as a person. Because a lot of people have their little perception, persona of, just looking at a person like, oh, sweet, nice, sweet. Probably not now. Probably look a little rougher than usual. But yeah, sweet, nice, sweet. But give and take, probably the person, the conversation, or just the attitude, or just how a person rubs off on me or anything like that. You probably would. I am most of the time, majority of the time, nice, sweet as shit. But if you know me and how the attitude would kind of like, okay, that's what it is. It's a nasty mouth. It's a nasty sight. But yeah, okay. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Wanted to mention this old Cole Adams video that I was over here looking at. Didn't really appreciate. Had to give it thumbs down and tell him to just keep it at Jon Gruden's failure. Like, the rest has nothing to do with it. Like, the Oakland Raiders, okay, we have these up and downs, but this has nothing to do with the players and that per se. Jon Gruden, what do you say, overhauling on the Raiders or whatever the fuck. Look here. You should have just kept it at Jon Gruden's failure, and that's just it. Because you took it from the time he was born, all the teams he was on, played, coached, or whatever the fuck he did within the times, and working at a network and all this other stuff. You didn't put all that up in there, so just leave it right there. Leave it with his failures. So, and yeah, that's all I want to say. And I'm going to be bringing my highlights because just like hobby, just want to see like the best of and all of, regardless of this whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure my highlights is on point. It's nothing like actually getting into somebody highlights like, ooh yeah, that's what's up, that's what, and it pops in and the rest of the highlights is of other players. Like, who the fuck, what the fuck? No, get that shit on. Even if it is just a walk in a conversation, I'm finna put some music behind it. You gonna see that motherfucker like, or probably some Ice Cube playing. Maybe the Wash, because I don't know why I've been into that CD lately. Wash and Compton. Okay, yeah. But yeah, there's some shit I like to look at. Everybody else's, they be having some nice and cool ones, but sometimes I'll be looking like I can't stand watching somebody else's team, and I'm a Raider fan. I ain't trying to be all up in. That's another thing. You ain't finna get me on another player by watching these other games and be like, oh, ooh, see them skills, they made my skills, so I ain't worried what the fuck those other teams is carrying. Don't show me no highlights of them. That's why I like to just listen to Raider Nation, and like Raiders when they broadcasting the games and shit like that. Keep it on just us. That's it. You want to just talk about us, okay? When you venture on into another player and what they talk about, only time you want to talk about that is, did you see that nigga get slapped? Yes. If it was by us, yes. But no, when they get to talk about other teams, even they got to be fair. When you watching the games, they talk about one line and then the next line. I be looking like, fuck that. Talk about the Raiders line and then that's it. Cut the other motherfuckers off till you start the game. Okay. So enough about my love for the highlights. And my hatred for this damn title of Cole Adams, just change it. Just drop the title. It's just a failure of Jon Gruden's. You need to leave the rest off because, yeah, you took it from the day he was born all the way, all the steps up of what he been doing. And as you can see, he's been here and there with us. That's not all his life. So that right there, just change the title. It's just his failures. It ain't his failures and the, oh shit, later in life and the Raiders. Look, later in life and the Raiders, but from the point, from now, from where you took it until now, it's all his failures, okay? So with that being said, let me get the hell on out of here. Shout outs to all my subscribers. Love you all, because they're all very close. Mother, sister, brother, cousin. Not for real. But yeah, shout out to everybody. Yeah, I haven't posted a video, but I will be posting one Sunday because I will be watching the game. I don't know if I'm going to probably have the little game on the side screen, but I'm most definitely show y'all how, give y'all insight on how I may get down in, you know, in my home and watching the games. It ain't a pretty sight, but we're going to work through it. I'm going to make it happen. Unstable creature, you gonna find out why.